Hello everyone. Today we will discuss an important concept in computer science known as data structure. In the field of computing, large amount of data are generated, processed and stored every day. So managing these data efficiently is essential for proper functioning of computer system and application. To handle this data effectively, we require a systematic methods for organizing and managing it. These structured methods are known as data structure. A well-designed data structure enables a program to store the data efficiently and access it quickly and process it effectively. So thereby improving the overall performance. So let us consider a simple real lifetime example of a locker system that is used in the departmental store. So when a customer enter a store, they often carry the personal belongings such as helmets, umbrellas and bags. For safety and convenience reason, the store provides the lockers where these items can be stored temporarily. These lockers are arranged in an organized manner and each locker is identified with a unique number. The customers place their belongings inside the available locker before entering the store. Because the lockers are arranged in a systematical way and the items can be stored safely and they can be retrieved later very easily. Now let us see how a customer stores such item such as helmet or umbrella, whatever they are holding, using the locker system. When the customer arrives at the store, the following basic procedures are followed. The first, the customer looks at the empty locker. Next, the locker is opened. Then the customer places the helmet and the umbrella inside the locker. So after placing the items, the locker will be closed. Finally, the customer remembers the locker's numbers so that the belongings can be retrieved later. So, with this simple procedure, the items are stored in a safe and organized manner, so making the retrieval easy and efficiently. So, similarly, in computers, we are also storing the data and organizing the items called data before organizing the data is called as data. So before understanding the data structure we must understood what the data is. So data refers to quantities, characters or symbols on which the operations are performed by a computer. These values serve as a basic input for the computer operations. For example, consider the following expression: sum is equal to a plus b. Here, a and b represent the data values on which the computer performs calculation. Thus, the data forms the fundamental element that the computer uses to perform the various tasks. So, data refers to any information processed by a computer. So, data represents different types of information in everyday situation. Let us look at the few simple example from everyday life. If we ask someone, "What is your age?" the answer might be 21. If we ask what is your height, the answer could be 5.2. Similarly, when we ask what did you get the distinction in your 12th marks, the answer could be yes or no. We can also store alphabetic data such as the person initial, for example V, or the name such as Alice. So all these values, numbers, characters and words are some examples of data because these can be stored, processed, and managed by the computer. In simple terms, the data is the building blocks used by a computer to perform the various operations. Raw data does not always provide a meaningful information on its own. When the data is organized, processed, or interpreted, it becomes the meaningful. This meaningful form of data is called as information. For example, consider the following characters: SERUT. So at this first glance, these characters appears random and do not convey any clear meaning, so they can be represented as raw data. However, when the same characters are arranged in a proper order as DATA, STRUC, TURES, they form a meaningful term related to the computer science. In this case, the data has been organized in a systematic way. Thus, when the raw data is processed and arranged properly, it becomes useful and meaningful information. So, in a computer program, so data are stored using the variables. So variable is a named storage located location in memory that holds a value. It acts as a container used to store the data during the program execution. For example, x square plus 2y minus 2 is 1. The symbols x and y represents the variables that stores the value. In programming, the variables allow data to be stored, accessed and manipulated easily. Every variable stores a particular type of data known as data type. The data type defines the type of the value that can be stored, the format, and the range of the possible values, the operations that can be performed on the data. Using the appropriate data types ensures efficient and memory usage and correct program execution. Data types are mainly classified into two categories. So one is system defined data type, another one is user defined data type. So system defined data types are provided directly by the programming language, whereas the user defined data types are created by the programmers to represent the complex data. System defined data types is also known as primitive data types. Some primitive data types include integer, float, character, double, and boolean. So these are the basic data types used to store the simple values in the programming language. So, programming language also allows the programmers to create their own types known as user defined data types. These data types are created by combining the existing primitive data types and are used to represent more complex structures of data. So, they provide the flexibility in designing programs and managing structured data efficiently. So, the data structure is a particular way of storing and organizing the data in a computer so that can be accessed and used efficiently. It defines how data elements are arranged, related, and managed within the system. The main purpose of the data structure is to ensure that the data can be stored systematically and retrieved quickly whenever it is needed. So efficient data structures improves the performance, speed, and the efficiency of the computer programs. So data structures are broadly classified into two main categories. One is linear data structure, another is non-linear data structure. So this classification depends on how the data elements are arranged and accessed. In linear data structures, the data are arranged in a sequential order. Each elements are connected to the next element in a sequence. So example, the arrays, linked list, stacks, and queues. These structures allows the data to be accessed in a linear or a sequential manner. Next is nonlinear data structures. In nonlinear data structures, elements are not arranged sequentially. Instead, they are connected in a hierarchical or a network structure. So, the examples are trees and graphs. These structures are useful for representing complex relationship between data elements. Now let us look at the important characteristics of a good data structure. First, a good data structure should ensure efficient use of memory. This means that the data structure should store data without wasting the unnecessary memory space. Second, it should allow the fast data access. The data should be retrieved quickly whenever the program needs it. So faster access improves the overall efficiency of the system. Another important feature is to easy insertion and deletion. A good data structure should allow elements to be added or removed easily without affecting the rest of the data. So next is simplicity and implementation. The data structure should be simple and easy to understand so that the programmers can implement and maintain it without much difficulty. Finally, the good data structure should support scalability for large data. This means it should work efficiently when an amount of data becomes very large. So these are the good characteristics of a characteristics of a data structures. And thank you so much.